Let me tell you a fact about being a chef. It's a hard job. It's not all about that celebrity guests and fancy meals. It's about starting work at 4 a.m. every single day, sweating it out in the kitchen, and most important of all, keeping your imagination fresh and bubbling with new ideas all the time. First of all, Indian food has become so common internationally and in restaurants across the globe, you have to constantly reinvent yourself to stand out. So chefs need to bring lesser known regional dishes to the world in authentic or new forms. I must have created more than 3,000 dishes based on my travels all around India. And I want to share one of my favorites with you, inspired by a duck stew which I enjoyed in Kottayam, Kerala. Oak smoked duck breast rendered and served with Tellicherry peppercorns and tamarind sauce. You're going to start with using a nice 4 to 5 ounces of duck breast. So what you got to do is you got to make sure that the fat is intact on the duck breast. Take a paring knife and very gently score it on the fat side. Though an uncommon ingredient, we're going to cook it with a very uncommon technique. We're going to be rendering the duck fat to cook the duck meat. Rendering is a technique in which you use the fat of the meat to cook the meat. So the duck breast, whenever you buy it, you got to buy it with the skin and the fat on it, and then you use that fat to cook the duck breast. That's a fantastic technique because that fat also contains a lot of flavor. And to serve it with a sauce which has a great combination of Tellicherry peppercorns, which can be really pungent and strong, tamarind, and subtleness in the sweetness of coconut milk, just balancing the whole flavor and the palate. And what now I'm going to do, I'm going to use a technique from Lucknow, which is a smoking technique. I'm going to take a piece of charcoal and add lots of oak shavings to it. Now the charcoal has to be super hot, and to that I'm going to add a tablespoon of clarified butter or ghee to create that smoke, and instantly you add a little bit of oak shavings. So as they burn, I'm going to cover it with a cloche, because at the moment I'm going to add a little bit of clarified butter to it, it's going to create a lot of smoke. And I want that duck breast to be perfectly infused with that oakish smoke. A common Kerala duck stew gets a twist in my kitchen in a very uncommon way. And people still ask me all the time to make this dish for them. So when you go on a food venture, never say never. Two of the most unlikeliest and most uncommon ingredients can come together in a way that you will not believe. Tell me what you think of it, and I hope it inspires you to try your own versions of uncommon Indian food. Do share it with me too.